What's up, Manna Church? Good morning and welcome to Morning Manna. It's Chris here. I'm the lead pastor of Manna Church here in Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I want to welcome you to our series on listening. If you're behind a little bit, then you can catch up. Check that out on our YouTube channel. We've got these all archived for you. For the past few days, we've looked at listening. Now that sounds like a pretty basic idea, but if we're honest, we're not naturally good at it. We hear a lot, but we don't always actively listen. We take in a lot of information, but we don't often listen closely. We've examined scriptural benefits of listening, and we've spent a morning dealing with the opposite of listening, ignoring. So today I'm going to tell you something that my dad told me when I was a kid. Listen to me with your eyes. Well, that's just a weird thing to say. My eyes can't hear you, Dad, you weirdo. This was my inner dialogue when I was a kid, but now that I'm an adult, it makes a whole lot of sense. When I was a kid, I had a hard time sitting still, and so my mind would follow my eyes as they darted around the room. And here's what I discovered. The more I listened and looked at the person talking, the more I found I actually listened. Try this experiment at home. Tell your kids or your friends to do something and don't make them look at you. Then try it again and tell them, hey, look at me. I bet you find that your likelihood of being heard goes way up when people look at you. Jesus tells us in the Sermon on the Mount in Matthew 6 that the eye is the lamp of the body, and if the eye is clear, the whole body is full of light. Jesus goes on in Matthew 7, same sermon, to talk about specks and logs in our eyes and the need to keep those clear so that we can clearly see. You see what I did there? When the window of our souls and our ears are tuned into what's being said, we stand a greater chance of that wisdom, that correction, that insight permeating our entire being. Now, this is a bit of a warning. This means we need to be careful with our eyes. I know. This week is about listening, but today's talk is called Listen to Me with Your Eyes, so little sidebar. When we put our eyes on things that we shouldn't, that stuff gets down inside of you. When we watch things we shouldn't, you know where I'm going with this. Listen, you can't help what you see, but you can help what you look at. So today's action is pretty simple. Listen with your eyes. When you're in conversation, listen with your eyes. Use your eyes to listen. You'd be amazed at all that you could and should and would be observing if you made a point to put your phone down and look up. Phones are great. Really, I'm not against phones or digital connection, but remember that your eyes help you listen. So if you're married or dating, make it a point to put the phone away when you're listening to your spouse or your friend or your loved one, anybody with whom you have a relationship that you care about. Listen with your eyes. See, now it's your phrase. Hey, if you use this phrase, or if you have another way of saying the exact same thing, I want to hear that from you. Email me at contact@manna.church and we'll share some of our best ones on the social media page. Love you, Manna Church. See you right back here tomorrow for the conclusion of the benefits of listening.